Hey guys, it's been a while since I've actually done a video on my regular channel because I've spent a lot of time doing collab videos on my other channel, Matt and Rob 12. That's my collab channel with RC Rocks Your Socks. If you haven't checked out his channel, I would check it out. I'll post it in the links below, and I'll also post the links to Matt and Rob 12. Definitely take a look or take a gander at those channels. Because I'm sure you'll be very entertained by what we have to show you. So today, I'm going to do a video. It's not very original. A lot of people do these videos. They usually do updates on their DVD, Blu-ray collection, whatever. So I'm going to admit that I'm not being very original right now. And I'm just going to go through my DVD and Blu-ray collection and just let you guys know what I have, even though I'm sure you all really don't care. But I'm going to tell you anyway, because I like you guys. I like you guys a lot. So, I'm going to start off with the bottom shelf here with DVDs, work my way up, and then we'll get to the Blu-rays. Obviously, I don't have many Blu-rays, but they will increase in number as time goes on. So, without further ado, let's begin. First, I have Batman the Animated Series Volume 1. Now, if you are a Batman fan, you need to watch this show. There is no doubt about it that this is some of the best Batman material, animated material, that you will ever see, and it is definitely worth your time to watch this. I also have the other 3 volumes, but I'm not going to get into those because this is the same thing. And next up we have X-Men, The Legend of Wolverine. Just, I think 2 or 3 episodes from the series. Really was never a big fan of the series. I mean, I know a lot of people like this X-Men series, but I never really could get into it. I mean, I like the X-Men, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, this show never really did anything for me. Next up we got Spaceballs by Mel Brooks. Classic movie from the 80s. If you haven't seen this movie, and you're a fan of spoofs, not like disaster movie or yeah, those are not spoofs. Don't even get me started on those. But real spoof movies, parody movies, definitely give this one a watch. It's very funny. It spoofs Star Wars, Star Trek, any other sci-fi movie you can think of. Okay, next we've got Anger Management with Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson. One of my favorite Adam Sandler movies from the last decade in the 2000s. Because the only reason I say that is because his movies from the 90s, to me, those will never be outdone by him. So this one is definitely one of my favorites of the newer Adam Sandler movies. And plus, Jack Nicholson, I mean, I love this guy. I love all of his work. So it was definitely a pickup for me. Next, we've got Robin Williams, Weapons of Self-Destruction. I really like Robin Williams. I find him very funny, and also he can be very serious in a dramatic role. And his stand-up is definitely top-notch. I mean, sure, he'll, drop the F-bomb every other word, but he's very funny to watch, and a lot of the issues that he touches on are kind of relatable, but he puts his own twist on them. Okay, next up we've got Arlington Road with Jeff Bridges and Tim Robbins. Now, I'm a very big Jeff Bridges fan. Sort of started getting into his work a year or two ago, and this was a pickup from my sister to me. Never heard of it before I even started getting into his work. But it's a very good movie, actually. It's about the neighbor, Tim Robbins, who moves next door to Jeff Bridges, and Jeff Bridges has reasons to believe that Tim Robbins is a terrorist. So he starts getting paranoid, goes through all these different measures to try and figure out if he is or isn't. I'm not going to ruin anything for you, but it's definitely worth a watch. Okay, next we've got Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story with John C. Reilly. A very funny movie. One of the better. Judd Apatow, I think he directed this. No, he didn't. But he produced it. Okay, one of the better movies by him. It's pretty much a parody of what was the name of that? Walk the Line. Yeah, that's it. Walk the Line. I would definitely give it a watch. It's very funny, very funny. Don't know what I'm saying anymore. Next up, we've got Family Guy: Blue Harvest, which is the first installment in the Star Wars trilogy parodies, I guess. I don't know, I really wouldn't call them parodies because it's pretty much word for word, almost, with its own comedic twist. So you've got that. We've got Johnny English with Rowan Atkinson. Very funny English comedian. Kind of a standard movie, though. It's supposed to be parodying. Can't even speak today. It's supposed to be parodying. Give me a second here. Okay. Parodying 007. It does it relatively well, but no, I wouldn't really say it's one of my favorite movies in my collection that I have here. Okay, next up, we've got Family Guy: Partial Terms of Endearment. It's just an episode from the series that was banned, apparently. Can't remember what it was about because I haven't watched it in forever. Next up, we have Family Guy: It's a Trap, which was the third installment in that Star Wars trilogy from Family Guy. Definitely not one of my favorite ones, but still better than the first. Not sure where my middle one is, but I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. Worth a watch if you're a Family Guy fan, but definitely not some of the best material from the show. Okay, next up, Golden Gem of the collection. We've got Forrest Gump, starring Tom Hanks. If you haven't seen this movie, I'm not really sure that you're alive because everyone has seen this movie. And I'm open to opinions. If you don't like the movie, that's fine, but you need to at least give it a watch. If you've never seen this movie, you need to watch it. One of the best I've ever seen. Tom Hanks gives an A-class performance in this movie. Usually people say that when an actor is playing someone who's mentally handicapped, they're fishing for an Oscar. But really, he deserved the Oscar for this movie. Next we've got double feature, Batman and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero, and Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. Very good movies, but definitely Phantasm is one step above Mr. Freeze. I'm not really sure why, though. I mean, the Mr. Freeze one didn't get a theatrical release, but Mask of the Phantasm did. To my understanding, it didn't really do that well at the box office. But I don't really understand why, because it was a very good movie. I think it was this came out 3 or 4 years after the Michael Keaton Batman from '89, and it followed in the footsteps of that movie with the darker tones. So definitely worth a watch. I would watch both of these. Okay, I kind of lied about Forrest Gump. These are the gold gems of my collection. All the Lord of the Rings extended cuts on DVD. Haven't gotten around to getting them on Blu-ray yet, but I will eventually. Definitely some of the best movies you'll ever watch. And again, like I've said before, I'm open to all opinions. Don't bother leaving comments saying, how can you say that you're insane if you haven't seen this movie, you don't like it. Fine, if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. But again, definitely at least try to watch these movies. Don't give me the excuse that you watched the first one, it's boring, so you stop. It may start off boring, but it just gets better and better after that. A lot of memories of these movies. I originally saw Fellowship of the Ring when it first came out in 2001 with my dad. Told me about it. I was like, alright, typical fantasy movie. I had never read the books. So, went to the movies, saw the first one, fell in love with it right there. Great movie, great score, by the way. And the acting is definitely top-notch in these movies. So then after that, of course, I saw the last two, and really, these are some great movies. I watch these multiple times a year. Okay, next up, we got another double feature. We got Rush Hour and Rush Hour 2. Thankfully, Rush Hour 3 is not in this collection, because that is nowhere near as good as these two. Not really much to say about these. Definitely the chemistry between Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, really good. And just overall good action movies, good comedies. Okay, next up we've got The Bill Cosby Show, Season 1. This was Bill Cosby's first show with his own name, of 3. Count that, 3 shows with his own name. Kind of weird. I expected it to be like The Cosby Show, but really it's nothing like that at all. There's no laugh track, no live audience, so you kind of got to figure out for yourself where to laugh. I don't know. I find sitcoms with no laugh track kind of strange to watch. I've only watched one episode, so I can't really say much about this, but I definitely need to get around to watching some more of it. Okay, next up we've got Kindergarten Cop with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Definitely one of his better comedies. Yeah, his comedies are not very good. If you watch Junior, you will know that his comedies are not very good. This one, definitely worth a watch. I realize what is it? It's about 10.5 minutes, and when I get to the middle shelf, I'll probably just start rushing through movies, unless they're worth mentioning. Okay, next up we've got Spider-Man the 69 collection. Whoops. 69. 67 collection. Sorry about that. Great cheesy show, but still very entertaining to watch. I haven't watched the whole thing. I've watched like 2 discs worth, but definitely need to get around to watching it some more. Okay, last but not least, in the bottom row, we have Evolution, which came out... When did this come out? 2001. A lot of people don't like this movie, but I find it very funny. It's about an alien spacecraft or something that crash lands on Earth, and the species winds up evolving at a rapid rate. And then these guys come in and try to stop them. I'm not going to get into it much, just I would give it a watch. It's actually very good. Okay, getting to the next row here, we have, I'm just going to kill 5 birds with 1 stone, if you will. All the Harry Potters. Yeah, it's all Harry Potters. Not much to say about these. I mean, these are pretty good movies. Wouldn't say they're fantastic, but definitely worth the watch. Okay, next we've got Bill Cosby himself. Bill Cosby stand-up. Classic Bill Cosby stand-up from 1982. If you heard the dentist bit from Bill Cosby, this one's in this DVD. Definitely worth the watch. I would definitely pick it up. Next, we've got Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, which in my opinion was better than the first. Because I felt the first didn't really have a great villain like Rasputin. But if you haven't seen the first, definitely watch that one first before you watch this one. Next we have Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Really don't understand why I have these, because they're not great, not even good at all. I mean, the first time watching them, I was like, oh, this is okay. Because I saw them when I was very little, but, very little, what am I talking about, when I was like 13. Yeah, it's not really a big deal if these are passed up. Just gonna skip this one. Okay, next we got Ice Age, the only decent Ice Age movie. I can't believe they're on 4 right now. I heard it was a total bomb. Terrible movie. Yeah, Ice Age, yeah, I would watch it. Not much to say about that. Next we've got Shrek 2. In my opinion, also better than Shrek 1. I remember seeing this with my dad when it came out. I would definitely give this one a watch as well. I have the original Shrek, but it's on VHS, and we're not doing that today. So, or probably never. So, yeah, they're definitely worth the watch for Shrek 2. Next, we've got King Kong Escapes. When I was little, I was a big fan of those Japanese monster movies. This was no exception, because you got King Kong. I mean, you can't go wrong with King Kong, especially in the 1931, 32. No, I can't remember when the movie. 33, I think. But that was American. This is the Japanese take on him, where he's, you know, like 10 times the size they should be. So yeah, definitely worth a watch if you're into those kind of movies. Again, going with the giant monster movie, we got Godzilla Tokyo SOS. This was from the 2000s rendition of Godzilla. Worth a watch, like I said, if you're into that kind of thing. Next we've got Spawn from the HBO series, not the movie. I don't own that. I don't think I ever will. This is actually pretty good. I haven't seen it in a while, so I can't really say much about it. Next, we've got Hulk 2003. Again, going along with Fantastic Four. I don't understand why I have this movie. It's not very good at all. Don't. If you're gonna watch any Hulk movie, watch the one from 2008. Way better. Next, this is from years ago. Got Mickey Mouse House of Villains. Haven't watched it in a while. Toy Story 3. I'm not ashamed to say I love this movie. Grew up with the other two. Well, I didn't see the first one in theaters. The second one I did. Fantastic movies. Some of my favorite all-time movies that are animated. This one lived up to the hype for me. So definitely worth the watch if you love Pixar and if you love Toy Story series. Definitely. Next we've got True Grit with Jeff Bridges again from 2010. Didn't feel like the DVD was in there. Just gonna check. This is a very good movie. I haven't seen the original with John Wayne, but I hear that one's good as well. This one was very gritty, hence the name True Grit. Of course. Yeah, really great movie. Great performances. Next we've got UHF. If you like Weird Al, give this movie a watch. If you don't, you probably won't like it. I like it though. Next we've got Mr. Deeds with Adam Sandler and Winona Ryder. Another one from his past decade of movies. I enjoyed this one. Not as much as Anger Management, but it's got good comedy, and it's one of the few movies where he's not really a dick, I guess. I mean, the other movies, I guess you could say he is, to an extent. But worth a watch, I would say. Next we've got Robin Williams double feature, Patch Adams and What Dreams May Come. Patch Adams is funny, but not that funny. What Dreams May Come is a very good performance by him in a serious movie. Just like Good Will Hunting, which I don't have. But definitely worth a while. I would watch both of these movies, but you'll probably wind up liking What Dreams May Come a little more. The visual effects are also worth mentioning in that movie. They're phenomenal. Really great stuff. Okay, let's get that one. Next, we've got Snow Angels, Kate Beckinsale. One of the many Kate Beckinsale movies in my collection. I'll get into that later. Really good movie. I did not expect to like this movie this much. I tend to like her more in her serious roles because her acting abilities really tend to come out more. But this movie is definitely worth a watch. Though I will say, if you are feeling depressed or upset or whatever, don't watch this movie. It won't make you feel any better. I guarantee you that. So yeah, Snow Angels, definitely worth a watch. Continuing with the Kate Beckinsale movies, we've got Underworld Evolution. Not as good as the first, but still a very good movie as well. Then we have Underworld, Rise of the Lycans. Haven't watched this one yet. It was a gift from a friend. But I think it's a prequel to all the other movies. Doesn't have Kate Beckinsale though. But that's okay. Yeah, I still need to get around to watching this one. Then we have Underworld Awakening, which was another gift from a friend. I actually did see this movie, and it made me realize that Underworld is following in the footsteps of Resident Evil, and that they have to release a new movie every like 2 or 3 years, and eventually it just becomes sort of a video game mess. But I don't really care, because she's very easy on the eyes. So, if you like Underworld, I'd still watch it. But I'm not going to guarantee that you will still like it. I mean, it's good, but not great. Next we have a truly awful movie, Balls of Fury. But again, I only watched this movie because of Christopher Walken. Love Christopher Walken. Funny guy. He's really the only thing that saves this movie from being a total train wreck. Then we have Nick of Time, also with Christopher Walken and Johnny Depp. A lot of people didn't like this movie, but I don't know, I did. Because it's interesting because it's filmed in real time. So the movie's an hour and a half, which means everything in the movie takes place within an hour and a half time span. Worth a watch. I'm not going to give much away on this one. Next we have one of my other favorites, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, with Jack Nicholson. I had read the book in high school, and it was a very good book. I mean, there were some sections that were completely insane. I mean, I couldn't understand what the hell was going on. Apparently the guy was on LSD. I don't know. I tried it once. Doesn't do that much to you. I'm just kidding. I haven't tried it. Or maybe I have. I haven't. Seriously. If you're going to press charges, But please don't. I haven't tried it. Please. Enough with that joke. That joke is done. Stale. Very good movie. Won the Academy Award for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress. Definitely all deserved, because this is a really great movie. I would give it a watch. Next, a movie I haven't seen, but I have in my collection: How to Lose Friends and Alienate People. Also with Jeff Bridges and Simon Pegg. Love Simon. I like Simon Pegg. He's a very funny English actor, and a lot of his movies I really love. This one I haven't seen, so yeah, I'll have to get back to you guys on how that one is. Next we've got Gran Torino. I was never really, well, I shouldn't really say never really was. I'm not really a big Clint Eastwood fan, but this movie is definitely worth it. This is some of his best material, I have to say. Even as director, I mean, he's top notch in this movie. Definitely worth a watch. Next, I have The Open Road with Jeff Bridges and Justin Timberlake. Again, just to fill in the collection. Very standard movie. Not very good. Don't watch it. I'll save you the effort. Don't watch it. Next, we have Crazy Heart. Very, very, very good movie. Won the Academy Award for Best Actor. It was well deserved, because, I mean, most people will think that this isn't really a lot different from how Jeff Bridges usually is in movies. I mean, he's sort of washed up, kind of like a drunk. But it's the evolution of his character, the arc that he goes through, that really makes this movie worthwhile. So, definitely worth the watch. Even if you like country music. I really don't like country music. This movie's filled with a lot of it. But it's very good, very good. Worth a watch. Okay, filling out the next shelf here, we have The Shawshank Redemption. Another excellent movie. Haven't read the short story by Stephen King, but this movie makes me want to a lot. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Yeah, definitely worth a watch. Really great performances in this one. Next, we have just go with it. Kind of standard. It's funny, but if you're into Adam Sandler movies, then I would give it a watch. But ultimately, it's really nothing special. Ooh, this pile is getting big. Okay, now we've got the Simpsons movie. Big fan of the Simpsons. Love the Simpsons. Haven't really watched the newer episodes in the past two, 3 seasons, but saw this one when it was out in theaters, and it surprised me, because a lot of the material has not been as good as the, late 90s, early 2000s kind of stuff, but very good. I would definitely give this one a watch if you're into The Simpsons. Next we have Robin Williams live on Broadway. Much like the what the hell is the other one? Weapons of Self-Destruction, yes. Much like that one, very funny, good material. So, I'd give it a watch. I'm going to kind of rush through these movies so I can get to the Blu-rays and talk to those in depth. We got Bulletproof with Adam Sandler. Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. Very good movie, worth a watch. I reckon everything is. Then we get the Spider-Man trilogy. Don't Talk Shit. Spider-Man 3. I thought it was okay. It's supposed to be stupid. So don't take it overly seriously. We got Incredibles. Excellent Pixar movie. Then we have the Godzilla collection. Once again, it's only 7 movies. Once again, I'd only give this a watch if you're into giant monster movies like I am. Next we have the, unfortunately we have the prequel Star Wars trilogy. I was kind of a foolish person when I watched these. Now I look back and I kind of just laugh. Then we have X-Men The Last Stand. Haven't watched this one ever since it came out. Didn't think it was as bad as everyone said it was, and I'd definitely give it a watch. Okay, now we have Family Guy, Something Dark Side. This was my favorite Family Guy spoof of Star Wars. Definitely worth the watch if you like Family Guy. Recess goes out. I haven't seen this since it came out. It was good though. All the Major League movies. Only watched the first one and the last one. Haven't watched the second. Pretty good as far as baseball movies go. So if you're into that kind of stuff, give it a watch. Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Volume 1 and 2. This was before Episode 3 had come out, and they had 5-minute episodes like these. Very good, very good. Way better than the CGI series that's still on right now. Don't understand why it's still on. Let's see. We got King Kong vs. Godzilla. Again, giant monster movie. Ghost Rider. Good, not great. But probably better than the new one. I haven't seen the new one yet, but heard it sucked, so probably not gonna watch it. Okay, and then filling out this row before we get to the Blu-rays are SNL, Best of Christopher Walken and Tom Hanks. Really great material from these guys on SNL, so if you like any of them, I'll definitely pick these up. Okay, now, last but not least, we get into the Blu-rays. So first off, in our Blu-ray collection is Lost Season 1 on Blu-ray. This is what I would call reference quality material. This has excellent video, and if you're into Lost, you should definitely buy these Blu-rays. I mean, I watched the series when it was on, so I know how it ends. I've seen every episode. Then I decided to collect it on Blu-ray, and the picture quality is even better than the HD broadcast of the show. So yeah, we've got Season 1, and then we've got, oh, there you go. And then we've got Lost Season 2. Same deal, really good picture. Still have to get the other ones as well. That'll happen eventually. Sorry, just gotta fix these up real quick. Okay, then we've got Iron Man 1 on Blu-ray. Really great picture on this. If you're into superhero movies, or you want to see the Avengers, and you need to watch the movies that lead up to it, definitely start with, well, first of all, Iron Man is the first one in that series. So definitely check this one out. Really good movie. Next we have The Incredible Hulk on Blu-ray, going along with the Avengers series. Way better than 2003's Hulk. And I haven't actually watched this yet on Blu-ray. I saw it in the theater, so I can't really tell you how the picture quality is, but I'm sure it's good. Next we have Iron Man 2 on Blu-ray. I haven't watched this Blu-ray yet, but if it's anything like the first Iron Man, then the picture quality is excellent. Okay movie, not great, but definitely worth a watch just so you can understand the whole story leading up to Avengers. Next we have Thor on Blu-ray. In my opinion, probably the weakest of the Avengers lead-up films, but still a good film overall. Just not great, as I said. Next we have my Blu-ray's falling. Sorry. Next we have Captain America, the First Avenger. Definitely like Captain America in this more than in the Avengers, because he really knows how to carry this movie. But in Avengers, I understand you have all these characters you're juggling, but I felt Captain America didn't really get, you know, a lot of development or screen time in that movie. So once again, things are falling. Why is this happening? Next we have, you guessed it, the Avengers. Excellent looking Blu-ray, definitely reference quality material. Really good popcorn flick, not very deep. Worth a buy, I'd have to say. Next we have Superman the movie on Blu-ray. Haven't watched this on Blu-ray yet. From what I heard, the transfer is alright, but not great. But I do love this movie, so I'm gonna have to watch this sooner or later and really see how it looks. Next we have Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray looks pretty good on this. The actual video the actual movie is really well done. It's just like the graphic novel, almost word for word, and even the imagery looks just like the panels. So definitely worth a watch if you're into Batman. Next we have the Dark Knight trilogy on Blu-ray. Comes with this nifty little excerpt from the art and making of the Dark Knight trilogy. Um, Recently watched the last one on Blu-ray. Looked outstanding. Only problem people might have is with the aspect ratio, because the scenes that are filmed in IMAX, those get rid of the black bars, but then once a scene that's not filmed in IMAX is on there, then the black bars come back. So I can understand how people will be kind of annoyed with that, but I kind of liked it. I felt like the IMAX scenes really brought me into the movie. Okay, next we have The Green Mile on Blu-ray. Picked this up really cheap at Best Buy. I haven't watched the disc yet, but I've seen the movie. Excellent movie. Definitely worth a watch if you're into Stephen King and Tom Hanks, of course. So, yeah, I would definitely give this one a watch. Next we have Big Lebowski on Blu-ray. Originally had this one on DVD, but I sold it just so I could get the Blu-ray. Good picture. Not excellent, but it's good. So, and if you're into comedies, well, it's kind of like it kind of mixes every single genre into one. But definitely I would give it a watch. Okay, winding down here, we got Terminator 2: Judgment Day, Skynet Edition. Even though I had the wrong disc. Skynet Edition comes with 3 versions of the movie, but then I put the disc in, and they gave me the original issue of the disc, which just had the regular edition, so I need to return this. So technically it's not part of the collection, but when I buy it again, it will be. Next we have John Carpenter's The Thing with, who's in this? Kurt Russell, yes. Classic horror right here. Before they even had CGI effects, it was all practical. Sort of a barf bag movie if you think about it, but definitely worth a watch. I would pick it up. Next we have Castaway on Blu-ray. And my Blu-rays are there they go. Whatever, I'll get them later. Really like this movie. One of my favorites. I find that the scenes where he's on the island, where it's just very quiet, tends to be very relaxing. I really don't know why, but it is. The Blu-ray transfer is not as good as I thought it was going to be, but the movie alone makes up for the picture quality being okay, better than average. Definitely worth a watch, I would have to say. Alright, the rest of these fell on the floor, so let's start with this one here. We got Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1. Looks pretty good on Blu-ray. Part 2 on Blu-ray. Looks a little better than the first part. Okay, the rest of these movies, you will see a common theme with all of them. There's something in common. And it will be no surprise to anybody who knows me, at least. Let me just get these together here. Sorry about the wait. Okay. Then rounding out the collection here, we have all Kate Beckinsale movies because love that woman. Very easy on the eyes, very good actress, so I've been getting her movies. First we have Serendipity on Blu-ray. I'm not really into romantic comedies. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm more of like a drama, action kind of guy. But this one's different. This one really gets me invested in the movie, and overall, I would definitely recommend it. I haven't watched it yet on the Blu-ray disc because I had it on DVD, but I'm sure the picture quality is alright. Next we have Everybody's Fine with Robert De Niro. The picture quality on this is outstanding, I have to say. It came out in 2009, but it was just released October on Blu-ray. It looks phenomenal. Everything looks great. And it's a pretty good movie, too. Didn't really do well at the box office, but that's alright. Definitely worth a watch if you like Rob De Niro as well. Next we have The Aviator. I haven't watched it yet, but I got it because it was $5 at Best Buy. I hear it's very, very good, so I'll need to get around to watching it soon. Next we have Vacancy with Luke Wilson and Kate Beckinsale. Better than I thought it was going to be. It's there aren't really any jump scares or anything, but you get a feeling of isolation in the movie. I mean, there's really nobody around except people trying to kill him. So, worth a watch if you like it. Next we have Click with Adam Sandler and Kate Beckinsale on Blu-ray. A lot of people didn't like this movie. One major complaint I heard was that the first part is all comedy, and then the second part is just a serious tone with a message. I don't mind that, honestly. I see where the transition happens. So, and plus it's Adam Sandler. You really think he's going to make a masterpiece with a movie called Click? Yeah, I mean, get real. So, yeah, worth a watch if you like Adam Sandler. One of my favorites. Next we have Van Helsing. Also, people didn't really like this movie, but for some reason I really enjoy watching this. It's the Blu-ray DVD combo, digital copy. I don't do digital copies. Yeah, definitely worth a watch, I have to say. Okay, only two more here. We have the first Underworld on Blu-ray. Looks really, really, really good. Probably my favorite out of the trilogy. Well, not really trilogy. There's 4 movies now. I haven't seen the prequel yet, so I can't really say for sure. But this one's also very good. And last we have Whiteout, which was a not so great movie, but I think it'd be worth another watch because I haven't actually sat down and paid attention to it. Last time I was kind of talking with my friend the whole time. So yeah, that's it for my Blu-ray DVD collection. Let me know which movies you like, which movies you don't like. And if you like this kind of video, I can, do an update every once in a while when I get new movies in. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Take care, guys.